Hey, welcome. So today, we're going to crack open a topic that for a lot of us feels more like a fantasy than a real goal, becoming a millionaire. But what if I told you it's not about some crazy lottery win or inventing the next viral app? What if there was a clear, actionable playbook? Well, there is, and today we're going to walk through it step by step.
So let's just get right to it, right? Does hitting that seven-figure mark feel completely, totally out of reach? I mean, for most people, the answer is a big yes. It just sounds like something that happens to other people, not us. But what if the numbers told a totally different story? Okay, take a look at this number. 33 million. What do you think that is? I mean, it's not the population of some big state or the number of people who watched the big game last year. Nope, it's something way more personal to what we're talking about today.
That's right. There were over 33 million millionaires in the US right now. And you know what? The vast majority of them aren't famous celebrities or some tech moguls from Silicon Valley. They're engineers, managers, small business owners, everyday people who just figured something out.
See, they didn't just stumble into it by accident. They followed a set of rules, a playbook for building wealth. And in this explainer, we are going to break down that exact playbook, so let's get into it, starting with the absolute foundation.
All right, so chapter 1 of the playbook. Before you can even think about building wealth, you have to build a fortress. And that means securing your financial ground and, honestly, the most important part, stopping the leaks that are draining your money away.
We love to worry about stock market crashes and economic downturns, but for most of us, the real enemy is way closer to home. It's the daily, weekly, monthly decisions we make with our money. Getting a handle on your spending is the non-negotiable first step. Seriously. And this right here, this is the main culprit, lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, and what's the first thing you think? Ooh, bigger apartment, newer car, fancier vacations. Your paycheck goes up, but your spending goes right up with it, and it leaves you with absolutely nothing extra to invest. It's like being on a treadmill that just keeps getting faster and faster.
So how do you build this fortress? Well, the blueprint is pretty simple, but it's not always easy. First, you gotta crush that high-interest debt. Credit cards are an absolute wealth killer. Second, you have to intentionally live on less you make. And here's the real trick, automate it. Set up automatic transfers to your savings so you don't even see the money. You gotta treat it like your rent or your mortgage. It's a bill you have to pay to your future self.
And think about this for a second. Who are you surrounding yourself with? I mean, if all your friends are constantly upgrading their lives and spending like there's no tomorrow, it's incredibly hard not to get swept up in that. Finding people with a growth mindset about money can totally fundamentally change your own habits. Okay, is your fortress secure? All the leaks plugged? Awesome. Now it's time to go on offense. Let's talk about massively increasing the amount of money you have coming in the door. It's time to power up the engine. Your main job is your #1 wealth building tool, period. Maximizing your salary here has the biggest immediate impact. And just look at this list. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to make good money. We're talking about managers in IT, marketing, sales. These are high-impact, high-income jobs that can totally supercharge your savings rate. But why stop there, right? Your main career is your base, your foundation. But to really accelerate this journey, you need to start thinking beyond the 9 to 5. And this is the low-risk path to becoming your own boss. You don't just quit your job and hope for the best. No way. You master your career. Then you launch a side hustle, something you're actually passionate about. You build it slowly, safely, with the security of your paycheck. And then, once that side hustle income starts to look like your main income, then you can take the leap. All right, this is my favorite part. You've built your fortress, you've supercharged your income, now you've got cash to deploy. This is where you put that money to work, so it starts working even harder than you do. Let's see how this all comes together to build, well, $1 million. This isn't just some boring concept from a math textbook. It is the most powerful force in the financial universe. It's your money making money, and then that money starts making its own money. It's kind of like a slow burn that turns into this raging inferno of wealth over time. And this cable right here, this shows the magic in action. I mean, look at this. With just $5,000 a year, by year 10, your investment is earning almost as much in interest as you're putting in. Pretty cool. But now, fast forward to year 40. You're still contributing the same $5,000, but the interest you earned in that 1 year is over $67,000. That's the power of compounding. Your money is doing all the heavy lifting, and boom, you cross the $1 million line. So where do you put this money to work?
Well, your first stop should be your workplace 401k. Think of it as a financial superpower. Why? Because the government gives you this massive tax break to use it, which lets your investments grow in a protected shelter.
For 2025, you can shelter up to $23,000 a year inside this account. That protects it from taxes so it can compound even faster. It's honestly one of the single best tools available for the average person to build serious wealth.
But here it is, the absolute cheat code, the employer match. If your company offers this, it is literally free money, a 100% return on your investment, instantly guaranteed. Not contributing enough to get the full match is like voluntarily taking a pay cut. So the number one rule is always get your full match. No excuses.
Now, beyond the stock market, there's another asset that has created massive wealth for generations. It's this silent, steady machine that, hey, you can even live in it: real estate. What's so powerful about real estate is that you're building wealth in two ways at the exact same time. As you pay down your mortgage, your equity, that's the part of the house you actually own, grows every single month. And at the same time, the total value of the house is hopefully going up over the long term. It's a powerful 2-for-1 wealth builder.
So we've covered the playbook: build your fortress, supercharge your income, and make your money multiply. It's a proven path, for sure. But, information is pretty useless without action, which brings us to the final and most important question of all.
Look, the path to $1 million isn't some giant leap. It's 1,000 small steps taken over and over again. So looking at this playbook, what is your first step? Is it creating a budget, setting up that 401k contribution, maybe exploring a side hustle? The journey starts right now. What's your first step going to be?